I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Friday, March the 25th, brought to you in part by the American Simmental Association. Discover the advantages of responsible crossbreeding with Sim Genetics. Go to simmental.org. You know, it seems like just last week we were talking about how good this market was, and we really couldn't believe it, and all the great things that had happened. We were gaining so much ground on the board and in the fat cattle market on a cash basis, and the feeder cattle sales have been so much higher. And what a difference a week makes. We've really dropped a bunch this week in just about everything. Live cattle futures on the April contract, Wednesday was down 97 cents. Thursday come back 40 cents, mostly due to the big storm that come across there from Colorado and through Nebraska and so on up through the Corn Belt there. With live cattle, April ending the day on Thursday at 135.85. Feeder cattle, April contract on Wednesday was down $1.30. Thursday was up 27 cents. 10 today on Thursday at 155.82. You look at the March contract for the spot market, it was down 42 on Thursday even, but it's just trying to get in line with the CME cash feeder cattle index before it goes off the board there. And the CME feeder cattle cash index, the latest quote was 162.03, and it's fallen. Real-time index on Cattle Market Central is 160.70 at the end of the day on Thursday, and it was actually 33 cents higher. So that storm did bring some support back into the market, and a bad storm always does. As bad as it is for the people that are in it, it always seems to bring a little bit of support to the market. Fats are quite a bit lower on a cash basis. Had several negotiated sales on Thursday there. Southern Plains selling on a live basis at 136, which is $3 lower. Up in Nebraska selling on a address basis at 218, which is $5 lower. The storm was really bad. Blizzard had come across, shut the Denver International Airport down for the first time in 10 years, and blew across your big bulk of your Nebraska feedlot industry there, and going on into the farmer feeders in Iowa and places like that. Not a whole lot of moisture, but a whole lot of wind and blowing snow and blizzard conditions. Further south on Wednesday and Thursday there, they had just horrible winds, just high winds, blowing dust and fires. Had a fire that started in north central Oklahoma and ended up going into south central Kansas, burning over 400,000 acres right there, mostly in Barber County, Kansas there. We had some positive news a little bit. The cold storage report improved as February was 6% lower than what January had come in at. And the cold storage report ended up for February just a pinch under what it was a year ago. So that is very good, and a lot of difference in the ground beef. So that's a good positive thing there. It looks like some of that older stuff they're moving through. Carcass weights are still staying high. Your dressed steer weights were 896 for the week ending March the 12th. Which is still way up there. We were just over 900 pounds there for a long time. We figured we'd drop way off when we got into those storm cattle, and never really did. Your slaughter so far for the week, 437,000. That's a 5,000 less than last week, but 14,000 more than a year ago. In El Reno, on a cash feeder cattle market, 5,900 head. Feeders were $4 to $8 lower. If you look at your Cattle Market Central report out of OKC West there, didn't have a whole lot of calves, but they were a lot lower too, and probably because they just couldn't get many numbers put together. Look at some more markets on Cattle Market Central. Presho Livestock Auction, Presho, South Dakota, had a load of steers weighed 732 at 174 late on Thursday afternoon there. And Torrington, Wyoming, had a big load of 499-pound calves Thursday afternoon, bring 222. That's 3 minutes, and we'll talk to you next week.